Hey guys, how we doing? John Clark coming at you with Forged. Wanted to talk about, we just finished up week 6, going into week 7 right now. I'll get into that in a little bit, but I want to talk about today's a unique day because it's the last Sunday before the new year. And we're at a point right now where everybody starts to set New Year's resolutions. Forged in a sense was my 1-year resolution from birthday to birthday. So I won't be setting an individual New Year's resolution, but I want to share with everybody something that we've done the last 2 years at the first of the year with our family that it's kind of taken on a life of its own. It's been pretty cool. It was a really neat morning this morning. We started this last year. We decided, as Erica and I decided as parents, that it's our duty and obligation to really shape and mold our kids and direct them in the right way, just as all of us adults are with our kids and any kids that we're around. In order to be more intentional, instead of letting our kids set New Year's resolutions last year, we chose to do a little project, and here they are. What we did is everybody carved out and cut out a number of 1. So this was mine, this was Erica's, this was Kate's, and this was Cole's. And what we did is we wrote one thing that we were going to do this last year, a commitment we were making that would grow us closer to God, that would help us in our walk, in our faith. And we put those on our mirrors. And so today we pulled them off our mirrors. It's pretty wild. It was a year ago that we put them up there, and the kids were even saying how it seemed like it was just yesterday. And we read them out loud to each other again and recapped how often did we look at it? How much did we read it? And did we do it? And were we happy with the success we had with it and how much we did it, or should we have been more with it? It was a pretty neat thing to do. So what we did today is we kind of did our own service, did the same thing again today. So what we did today, and I took a picture of mine that I'm going to share here, is we did the same thing again for this next year, and we made it more personal to us in a way that it would grab our attention more. Like I know with mine, I read mine on my mirror probably every other to every third day. And a lot of us felt like we should have looked at them more, so we made it more intentional this year to grab our attention daily. And so we kind of got crafty and artistic and personalized our notes a little bit more that we put on our mirror, and how we're going to grow closer to God and really enhance our walk as Christians. So we did that again this morning. The other thing we did is I realized I've been doing Forged for 6 weeks now, and the family's been partaking in the challenges. Everybody's done at least one of everything, if not most everybody's done multiple. And I haven't been really sharing the virtue with them. I know Erica and the kids have probably seen it on my bathroom mirror. I write up the virtue every week on the mirror in the bathroom. And then Sunday mornings, I've been doing my Bible study. And one thing that I found in my Bible study was, I think Bible studies can be tricky. I think they, sometimes I'm doing a Bible study, I don't understand what I'm doing. I think it's kind of embarrassing. You don't want to raise your hand and say, hey, I don't understand really what's going on. Or the Bible sometimes to me can seem big words, daunting. How does it relate to now? What's the history of all this? So what I did this morning is we sat down as a family, and the virtue this week is gratitude, because the challenge this week is to write a grateful journal, a gratitude journal. And so I went in and showed them how I'm looking up and researching verses for gratitude. And in reading those, I'm finding a book or a verse that stands out to me, and I'm actually going in and I'm diving into that book. And so this morning we dove into Ephesians and learned about how Paul wrote a letter to the Ephesians, and while he was in prison, and what the book means when it was written, and just did the history of the book. And then we read the book together this morning. It was pretty neat. After we did all that, we took the time to write our 1-year goal to walk closer with God in our faith. So that's what we did this morning. Took a couple pictures of some of the stuff we did that I'm going to share here as well, and you'll get to see those here in a second. But one thing I want to point out here is the whole purpose of Forged is to grow stronger in 4 areas. Strength, which I've been doing CrossFit for 4 weeks. I'm down 7 pounds. I'm getting in better shape again. I'm starting to get strong again. I feel really good physically. to grow in our faith, and I am. I'm studying books of the Bible in depth in a way I never understood to study before, and I'm looking up the history of when books were written and who's connected to who. When we were going through Ephesians, we had to go back and talk about Abraham and how Abraham left Mesopotamia, and God spoke to him, and he gave him many sons, and what the lineage of all that is that leads up to kind of the division feel of the world at the time. So there's just a lot of things around that you can get into, and I never did that before. So I'm growing in my faith. I'm growing physically in strength, health-wise. It's funny, since we've been doing this, I've probably been more sick since November to now than I've been in a long time. I've had a sinus infection that I had to fight through. I have surgery tomorrow, and that's probably a little bit to do with it. I've got to have a throat surgery that has a little bit to do with that. And then actually on Christmas Eve, Erica and I both came down with a stomach virus that just murdered us for about 48 hours. It was brutal. So I don't think it's connected, though. I think it's just after football season, a lot of stress has built up. I released some toxins. I've started working out again, putting more stresses on the body. I don't think it has anything to do with what I'm doing with Forge. I think it's kind of random, but there's no question we're eating healthier, we're doing healthier things. And then the last one is in virtue, and I'm trying to really instill the virtues that I've done every week in my daily walk. So far, I love what I'm doing. I'm excited to continue to do this. I'm sticking with it. I've missed a couple days here and there. I missed a couple cold therapy days this week with having a stomach bug. That was really tough to do when I was really sick. But that's something we'll continue to do. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of recap where we are here at the first of the year and going into the first of the year. And this has been great. It's been a fun 6 weeks. It's definitely making a difference, and I look forward to where it'll be. 46 weeks from now, 45, 46, 47 weeks from now. So all right, take care.